Going down the 3rd to the 25 to the 20. Long run for Zed Christian, and he's threatening early, Bags.
This guy is really unique. Top 5 in the country
right
now. I love the way this offense gets him involved. They're able to move him around a little bit. They change up the schemes, but the big key every week, get him the ball, let him go to work.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also
and it almost seems like the inexperience of Gab has hurt his team throughout this season, and it hasn't been very much different tonight as we're early into this game. As we get an inside zone run on 2nd and 9. Very successful run for Zed Christian. He picks up 8. We got the first 3rd down situation of the night already, and it's going to be interesting. Yeah.
Have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run, and you open up for the pass game.
Back to throw. It's Ballard Works the middle of the field.
Yeah, it's clearly affecting the Gavigan defense early in this game as they convert on 3rd and 1 there. We got a 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. We're lined up in the pistol. This looks like 2 out wide.
Nice job by this offense.
And yeah, he's just going to keep pounding the rock, and he gets to the 1-yard line. That is Keegan pulls there, yeah. And I think,
I like the poise by the quarterback on that play too, because a lot of times as a quarterback, you see the blitz coming.
It's been working for him so far.
You want to audible, you want to try to throw the ball, but he knew that he had a good run play called, and he knew he could leave it on.
Don't know if I love this defensive formation of Gav. It looks like he has 3 linebackers deep in that end zone. You really don't need that on 1st and goal. Yeah, I just did not like what I saw out of the defensive scheme by Gav there early in that drive. And then obviously it hurt them. I mean, he kind of just led. He ran a lot of nickel, kept his linebacker back, had a really hefty box, and Zed Christian took advantage of that. They bring up the middle of the field. Yeah, I mean, and you have to know that if you're Gab going into this game, which means it's going to be a shootout. You're going to have to put a lot of points on the board. If you're going to give up a touchdown, you want it to be early in this game, which is just what happened. And let's see what Gab can do here to respond. Looks like he is... Right, and it's an SAE 12. We know there's plenty of offense. We know these teams love to throw the ball, but this really is that kind of classic, old-school battle between 2 run and heavy offense. It's kind of what you love to see. And already 2 unsuccessful runs for Gab. He's going to be forced into a 3rd and long. You have to open up the pass game here, and it looks like that's what we're doing. We got 3 out wide. Looks like man defense. So he finds the open hole in the middle. It actually looks like zone defense, excuse me. Seems like Gab's elected to go with a lot of drift gun formations, which can be useful, especially as you open up the play action, but the running is so unsuccessful that I wonder when he's going to completely abandon it. And it seems like he almost already wants to, yep. And I see, it looks like Zed Christian's electing to blitz again. I don't know if I love that. It worked there on another inside zone run, but I don't think that's going to keep working if Gab's able to pick apart this defense.
I'm thinking about changing the country.
And he fucked it. Sideline. His name, Bags. Out of the back. Had the mismatch. Man coverage. Then he was just running a blitz. Ran a little route. Looks like it'll be a shootout early in the game.
Right in the back of a Hemi, still curving a Ricky. I'm fighting them demons, still sick of them 30s, but I'm still gonna fuck with the 20s. They tell me these
if Gab can just, right, if Gab can just stay touchdown to touchdown with them, which I think we can all agree has been the much stronger program this year. I mean, who knows? Gav gets the ball to start the second half. The pass game really working for him. I think this could be a closer game than a lot of fans thought.
Getting how a mess say really miss act. Nigga wanna play and they made him stat. City too crazy, you fake it for rap.
Oh, this could work really well if Zed Christian makes the right read here. I would have liked to audible that to an outside pitch there. The whole defense was right inside the box. No one was outside, but get 7 yards. They're advancing the ball here. Looks like a little level sail here concept. And that whole left side's open. Down the left field sideline as Zed Christian picks up about 25 on that run. Quarterback scramble. And clicking in this game. A little Busquets special here, just running flip play. Wow. The defense comes in. The defense comes in, lays in the boom at the last minute. That's really, really encouraging, I think, for Gav's defense, who a lot of people question where the stops were going to come. And at 2nd and 10, I mean, it could be right here. You force a punt, and all of a sudden, Zed Christian's on his heels here. Let's see what happens. We got trips left again. A lot of trips in this game. Motion out of the back. I think Gav was expecting another pass there. Does not happen. They run a little misdirection on that handoff, and no one's guarding those receivers out wide, but they run
up for about 5.
Yeah, they run the little fake wildcat.
Hey, Luke, I'm
Direct snap.
not too sure as to what's going on because Zed Christian's starting running back, Damian Henderson, has not appeared to take a snap yet. I don't know if he's being benched ahead of the SA12 title game against St. Bagman, but
it's an excellent point, Bags, and it's an interesting storyline that we will keep fans updated with as this game goes on. Is that him right now?
Speak of the devil, Damian Henderson is back in the game.
Let's see what he can do here. Well, direct snap
He'll
again.
Snap directly.
And he finds a hole.
Picking up 10. I guess he's not being benched.
Yeah, I mean, Zed Christian's kind of getting it any way he wants it here.
And this is what Zed Christian has done well all season long, Luke. I mean, it's just been rush after rush, and when they have to, they are able to open up that passing game.
I think we're seeing
Nicolosi.
They didn't get the snap off, but I think we were about to see the first empty gun tray set there. No one lined up in the backfield next to Zed Christian's quarterback. I wonder if they're going to ever go back to that, or if that was just to try and get Gav offsides right before the quarter ends. No, they're going empty.
Doesn't appear that way, Luke.
Yep. Empty set, first time all game. A little misdirection. Nope. The jet sweep, handoff. It'll be 2nd and inches. So Zed Christian's just moving the ball at his own will on this second drive of the game. 2nd inches. This is where I take a shot every time at the end zone. You can get it on 3rd down or 4th down.
Sure.
But
Hollis again picking up the first down on the 3-yard line.
Right.
And if I'm the coach of the Gladiators, Coach Maximus Gavgan, I'm blitzing here. I don't know about you, Luke, but time after time, we've seen the same exact kind of plays.
You have to bring those linebackers in. It's going to be a quick throw. There's no real point in running zone or running double coverage on anyone.
And there it is. Touchdown, Damian Henderson. And it comes to the SE12 league. That's kind of the perfect drive you can hope for. No real long 3rd down situations.
able to pass it, able to throw it, and finish the drive with 7 points. Gav's going to need to respond. He's got to be cautious of time a little bit here. You wonder how many more possessions you're going to have this half. This might be the last one.
That's right. And the Gladiators do get the ball back here for about 4 minutes if they can, as well as receiving the second half kickoff.
It's one of those situations where in this conference, you really want to think about just running the ball a lot, taking time off the clock, trying to get a touchdown right before halftime, and then you start the ball with the second half. So you're good with this being the last possession of the second quarter.
That's right. Genty taking a loss of 1 there. And if you're Coach Gavigan, you got to, start to ponder the possibility of trying to air this out. I mean, running it snap after snap is not going to get the job done.
I think you have to take some time off the clock, but no, to your point, at the end of the day, you are going to need first downs. Looks like Zed Christian's kind of stuffing your run game as of right now. I would like to see a shot down the sideline to one of these receivers. We haven't really seen that yet this game on either side, and he's open. Oh man, his slot receiver
taking the snap.
His slot receiver was open on the right side, running a go route. He takes the sack instead. Gav's going to be forced to punt here on 4th and 19, and Zed Christian's rolling early in this game, and things are turning out the way most fans predicted, as Zed Christian was the heavy favorite in this one. Good special teams coverage by Gav, but looking very.
If you're Coach Gavigan, you got to start to think we need to make some adjustments. I mean, he had someone wide open right there in the slot, and
completely agree.
Wasn't able to get that ball off.
No, you got to be faster with your quick decision against this really blitz heavy Zed Christian team.
That's right, and looks like we're in the running formation here.
Right.
Good stop there. Only a gain of about 1. And what we've been seeing, seems like the Gladiators are able to stop this Profits rushing offense, but when Fowler Nicolosi airs it out, not much coverage there.
Dangerous throw across the middle here, well covered. It's an incomplete pass, and Zed Christian finds himself in another 3rd and long here. Let's see if he can convert again this time.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge play for the Gladiators.
Looks like Zed Christian's electing to go empty backfield once again, wants to take as many receivers as options as possible.
From the gun, wants to pass.
Oh, it's going to be close, and he gets stopped before the first down marker.
But it looks like he's going for it.
They're running hurry up. Is Gav's defense going to be ready for this? They're snapping it, and they're going. It's not a fake. RB's wide open. He popped it for the completion. They stop it. Going to get the ball in excellent field position. By the Gav Romeu Gladiators.
Stop, but we're gonna probably need to see another score by the end of the half here. Only about 2.5 remaining on the clock. Let's see what Coach Gavigan draws up before the 2-minute warning.
I couldn't agree more. If you're Coach Gav here, it has to be territory. You have to be telling your quarterback, hey, you have 4 downs to work with. And they've got another first down here. They're moving the ball. It almost seems like Gav just took all the momentum away from Zed Christian on that 4th down play, Bags.
Yeah, and you have to start to wonder on Coach Z's part, what were you thinking? Oh my gosh, straight wide open for the Romeu touchdown!
RPO, slant man coverage, burnt him with 2-yard slant route. Just like that. We're an extra point away from a high game at Detroit City.
Every place, everywhere we go, where we team, everywhere we roll.
What do you make of that almost instant turnaround by Romeu in this game, Bags?
Gladiators running hurry up, caught the Profits off guard, and here we are.
I mean, even on that defensive stop, though, what do we make of that? I mean, Zed Christian was doing things at their will on those first 2 possessions, and then what happened?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Profits ran the hurry up and just ran the same play but flipped, and I'm sure Coach Gavin caught on to that.
And as you can
expecting that man open.
As you can see, the Romeo Coliseum, the fans are now into it as they're making their voices heard. And another stop, 1 yard gain, and
Profits for a gain of 1. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning period. Luke, I mean, what do you think about the remaining 2 minutes in the half? I mean, I'd like to see a Zed Christian score here, especially with the Gladiators getting the ball back. After that.
Man, as I've always said, Bags, when I know they're not behind, but it almost feels like they're behind. When the momentum's against you and you're on the road and the run game's not working, you have to just start airing the ball down the field.
A complete whiff by the Gladiators linebacker. Brown still running. He'll take it all the way.
Yeah.
Touchdown, Profits.
And we're in for a good one. I mean, this first half back and forth. Zed Christian with the easy jet pass there. As I was just saying, I think he need to move away from the run. He made me eat my words. Jet pass, kind of an extension of the run game. I know it's not officially a run, but
gosh, and that running back only 2 attempts for 84 yards.
Unbelievable stat line, Bags. And
I don't know how hopeful I'm feeling about the Gladiators.
Just when the Gladiators thought that they had all of the momentum, they felt good about where they were.
The momentum, the fans going here at the Coliseum.
It just silenced the crowd.
Stripped away.
Right.
Stripped away.
On
the brighter side of things, if you're Romeo, even if you aren't able to convert with the remaining minute 45 on the clock, you do have to remember that you're getting the ball back here.
Yeah, I think you just want to take points any way you can get them. Do not have a turnover. Be safe with the football. You have all 3 timeouts. Time's not a major issue right now. I think you just want to play it safe, try and get some yards. Really what you want is a field goal at the very least.
Safe pass made there by Malachi Nelson. Clock is running.
Makes a big hit and knocks him down.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic.
And from what we learned throughout the season, and especially last week against Lime Tech, Romeo is a first-half team. I mean, they took a 21-0 lead against Lime Tech. And the game ended up being 29-28 in favor of the Gladiators, but nonetheless, had to go for 2.
Right. You really, especially at home, you really want to be the team that's the aggressor. We want to start out hot. And it's not working out that way so far as they run sort of a swing route incomplete. Probably better for Gav that it's incomplete. Looks like they weren't going to pick up any yards there. You have 2 timeouts, 63 seconds on the clock. You have about 40 yards to go before you're in field goal range.
And look, if you're Coach Gavigan, I mean, what's going through your mind?
I think you just got to be safe with the football. You got to get the ball out earlier than that. I'm going to keep passing it here if I'm Coach Gav. I'm not giving up just yet. You never know how many possessions you're really going to have in this football game, and you're a massive underdog. I think you take another shot at the first down marker and see what you can do. You don't get any yards, I think you punt the football.
About 5 there, like you said, if I'm Coach Gavin, I'm thinking.
I mean, if you're calling a timeout now, you have to go for it. You don't call a timeout there and then punt the football away. So that tells me everything I need to know about Gav's headspace. He thinks this is a really important drive. He thinks he needs points here, and
Coach Gavin is known for his hefty.
I don't know if I agree with this, but he's going for it. And his running back's wide
open.
He needed to get that ball out.
He
needed to get that ball out just a tad earlier before the break happens, so that you can give your running back time to secure that catch. Instead, it's a turnover on downs.
Here we are on that costly mistake. I mean, 45 seconds left. Zed Christian takes the ball on Romu's 41-yard line.
Maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation.
Now you're in a lot of trouble if you're Gav.
Not able to see how many timeouts Zed Christian has left due to his big-ass fucking logo.
Is that right? Is that why I can't see it? Okay.
Fowler Nicolosi
wait,
takes the sack. It started 20.
Timeout if you're Gav. Call a timeout. You could get the ball back. No timeout is called, and he's going to let Zed Christian get off the hook here.
Unfortunately, Coach Gavigan not known for his coaching IQ.
Prowess, yeah, I can tell, and it's a little scramble drill.
It looks like Zed Christian will take the timeout here. Again, I'm not sure how many timeouts they do have remaining, but it looks like they are going for it with only 9 seconds left on the clock.
I have to disagree with this call. You have the lead. You don't have much to gain. You have a lot to lose. You could still get a field goal from this position.
Secondary pushing back, a little smart move there by Coach Gavigan.
It looks like they're running a nickel package, so an extra DB is out there. No one's open and incomplete, and just like that, Romeo is going to have one play and then one field goal to cut this deficit down to 4. I think you run a quick out here, try and get someone.
We'll have to see what they have drawn up. Romeo not necessarily.
Oh, he's running a. I don't agree with this at all. He's running a Hail Mary play. You had easily enough time for one quick 10-yard gain and then a field goal, or at least a better shot at the end zone. Instead, you're going to have to take a shot from. Yeah.
Throws it to the ref. Not sure.
Really mismanaged end of first half.
That'll take us to the half.
I will be right back.
Baby dead, I'm a fine ass bitch. I ain't in the house, man. No, I said.
All right, folks, we have returned. Romeo taking off Genty. Quick gain of 5. My associate here in the broadcasting booth, Luke Busquet, is getting some more rum, so I'll be covering for him in the meantime. And then he will be covering for me as I go to get some more whiskey.
I apologize for that, folks, and I am right back. Very short halftime break, as you all saw.
Folks, I will be back once I refill my whiskey.
In the meantime, I will take over from the booth, as it looks like Romeo is marching with the ball here. Really mismanaged end of the first half, I think, by both teams there. I think a lot of opportunities missed. I think Zed Christian could have prevented Romeo from having a chance of scoring. I think Romeo could have made better decisions to score a field goal there. Instead, 0 points scored as Romeo is moving the ball up the field. A lot of RPO action by Romeo as he's just trying to find any way to confuse his Zed Christian defense. It's really had Romeo's number so far in this game, as a hole breaks open once again for Romeo for another first down gain.
It appears we have run out of mixer at Tappet Studios, so I will be sipping on straight for the remainder of this game, as well as tonight's primetime game, Don Rubio versus Line Tech.
Yeah, I don't know whose fault that was, Bags, but I do have more mixer on the way, so do not fret.
See, folks, this is why my broadcasting partner is one of a kind.
That being said, we have Gav marching. This is kind of, in my opinion, this is the best he's looked all game as he bricked open
Touchdown, Gladiators!
Yeah, yeah. Tricky.
On either side of the ball, that looked the easiest drive of the game. I mean, Romeo was moving the ball at will. I don't even know if Romeo got away down that side. I know you missed the very beginning of that, but no answer from the Zed Christian defense, no matter what they tried there. And you wonder, if you're a Romeo fan, where has it been all game?
28 yards. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away.
You know, Luke, that's exactly what we talked about. The Gladiators needed to capitalize on returning that ball after having it punted on 4th and 19 just before the end of the first half. And Lucas, can we get a little scouting report here? When will the rest of the mixer arrive to Tapping Studios?
Here comes the offense on first down.
Probably like 10 o'clock, 10:15. I don't know. I'm getting it from 7-Eleven.
They'll run it out of the shotgun.
Paul is taking it up for 6, and you know, we've seen a lot of shared snaps in the backfield between both of the backup running backs for Zed Christian. Again, starting to think he's benching the starter, Damien Henderson, for the title game at Sam Bagger.
From the gun, running back on the move.
It does seem that way, and you have to wonder whether that's costing them on the ground game, as they really haven't been able to get a ton going. 3rd and 4 here. This is one of the biggest third downs of the game. Can Romeo get a stop here? Can Coach Gav call something up to stop them? And they could not. I didn't agree with that defense. I think I would have liked to see some cloud coverage there. Get some guys covering those inside drag and slant routes, have the safeties over top. Instead, the whole defense kind of dropped back behind the sticks, and it just doesn't make a lot of sense for 3rd down.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That being said, Romeo's getting themselves into positions that they want to. They're winning 1st down. They're winning 2nd down. They just got to it's like when the offense gets in the run, they have to finish drive. When it gets to 3rd down, the defense has to finish drives, and that's not what they've been able to do here.
And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
A nice job by the quarterback.
All right, 3rd and 10 here for the Profits. Let's see what they draw up. And, you know, Luke, if you're Coach Zielskowski here, I mean, what are you thinking? You know, 10-1, 11th in the nation, 2nd in the conference, and you know, tied up with arguably what was once thought to be one of the worst teams in the conference at 6-5. You know, the Gladiators starting 0-3 here for the season.
Yeah, I mean, Romeo, it's not playing for much, right? They're 6-5. They can't even make a bowl game. I mean, they're playing for pride at their home stadium at senior night. So those guys, I mean, they don't have really much to play for other than the fans. Meanwhile, Zed Christian, they need this game, right? They're looking to make the SAE title game, and even beyond that, they have bigger aspirations to the CFB playoffs. So it's really an inexcusable deficit that you're facing right now. I know it's a tie game, but it really feels like you're almost losing here on 4th down from your own 40. They get the 1st down, but I'm not sure what Coach Z said to his boys at the locker room, but it clearly wasn't enough so far. And
that's right. On the other half, Coach Maxim Scavigan definitely gave his Gladiators a Russell Crowe type speech.
Right. I mean, we saw it. I mean, even if you look at the NFL with Coach Dan Campbell a couple years ago, having his Lions defeat the Packers when there was nothing to play for, and the Packers were trying to make the playoffs on their own home field.
That's right.
And sometimes it's really not about what's at stake on paper, and it's what's at stake in your heart. And it feels like Romeo is just playing with more heart tonight.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And flew down with some
And, you know, like you said earlier, Zed Christian, everything to lose here. Rome U, pretty much nothing. I mean, they've clinched full eligibility for the first time in program history under first-year head coach Max Gavigan after he was hired by Tyler Hopping this past offseason.
I don't like these third down defensive coverages that Romeo's been running, though. You don't need two deep safeties here.
Yeah, I hate to agree with you, especially when you know that, you know, Zed Christian is a run-heavy offense. I mean, you've got to be prepared to defend both sides of the attack.
There's just no way that Zed Christian's going to run a shot play on third and medium like that. You know he's either going to the run or he's going to run an inside slant. So.
And, folks, news from the locker room, it appears that the Rome U starting left edge has broken his collarbone. He will not return for this game, let alone the rest of the season, which will seemingly end here tonight at home versus the Profits.
Right.
All we can do is hope for a speedy recovery and, you know, hope to see him back on the field next year. Clock will wind down, taking us into the fourth quarter. We are still tied 21-21. And again, Luke, you have to keep in mind the implications of this game. I mean, if Zed Christian wants to clinch that SAE 12 conference championship spot here in the regular season finale, I mean, they have to take down this Rome U squad.
Right, and if for what
and hope that the Lime Tech Lightning take down Don Rubio later tonight.
Right, and if for some reason you were living under a rock and weren't aware about the implications of this SAE 12 final season game, I mean, you would think that it would be reverse almost, and that Rome U was playing for the SE title, and that Zed Christian was playing for nothing. With the way
that's right,
they've been out physicaled. I mean, they've been dominated in the trenches.
You know, you got to start to think that, like I said before, Zed Christian everything to lose, Rome U nothing to lose. So you know, Rome U is going in on their senior night at home, just trying to finish up the season strong before we see some of these players head off. Probably not to the NFL, but to their future daily jobs as salesmen. With Zed Christian, I mean, you know, the nerves are there trying to make this title game for the first time in program history.
We've seen it before.
And besides that as well, the college football playoff.
We've seen it before in college where the nerves can really rattle these young players. It's on the coach to really settle those guys down. We haven't seen that so far from Coach Z, but huge opportunity right now as they approach the red zone and are into the red zone, first and goal from the 9 to take the lead here.
And Luke, I'll tell you right now, I'm smelling a Profits touchdown here. I mean, you know, this is where they dominate here in the red zone within 10 yards. A majority of the time, this ends up being a touchdown. Whether they're at home, on the road, it doesn't seem to really matter.
Right, great point. One of the best red zone offenses in the league as they run a little play action here. Dangerous play. Kind of went away from what they're good at, as you're pointing out, the ground game. But I think trying some trickery against this Rome U defense, who's really played back and coverage for most of this game. So I don't know if I agree with that. Only one deep safety here. So this is
that's right.
This is your shot
formation. With, I was about to say.
Couldn't get the edge down to the 1 yard line.
Stop them at the 1. Oh boy. And I mean, as soon as the Profits got within that 10-yard line, if I'm Coach Gavigan, I'm blitzing. I mean, we know what this Zed Christian Profits offense likes to do.
Way too many guys on the outside there.
And we have a touchdown for the Profits.
A lot of interesting defensive play calls there. Don't know if I agree with all of them, but it doesn't matter what I agree with. As Zed Christian takes a 7-point lead with 4 minutes left, and if you're Rome U and you're looking out into the stands, you're thinking, are you really going to end the loss for many of these players' careers here in college?
Gosh, and this is similar to what we saw at the end of the first half. You know, Rome U getting it back down to touchdown with 4 minutes left on the clock. Again, last time they weren't able to convert, ultimately having to punt on 4th and 19 after taking a sack. We'll see Genty take it up, and he'll convert for the first down and just a touch more.
Right, that was a huge cutback by Genty, one of the best running backs in the league. Gets the first down.
I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation. This understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
They're just going to keep pounding the rock with Genty as he finds the hole inside once again, and back-to-back first down runs by number 2 of Rome U. And
that's right. And, you know, Genty, amazing in these kinds of situations, but you have to start to wonder with the clock ticking. You know, you're down a touchdown. And even more so if Rome U does get the touchdown here. I'm curious to see whether they go for the PAT to tie it up or whether they go for 2 to win it as they did last week at Lime Tech.
Yeah, 3 straight first down pickups by Genty, this time on the air. I would disagree, Bags. I think time's not a major issue for Rome U. They got 3 timeouts in their back pocket. They got a 2-minute warning. I don't mind just running the ball here in either going for 2 and trying to win the game or playing for overtime. I always like to say that if you're the big underdog, you go for 2. If you think you're the favorite, you go for 1. As the underdog, Rome U, I think probably going for 2 would be the better move.
That's right. That is precisely what we saw last week when Rome U took down number 18 Lime Tech, previously poised to make the college football playoff.
Right. We'll see what Coach Gav elects to do as Genty was out and bare naked on that swing route in the backfield. He didn't see him.
3rd and 10. This is a huge play for the Gladiators.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Coach Gav here, I'm thinking I have 2 downs to work with. Zed Christian, such a good team ahead late. Really could just dominate on the ground and run the clock out. And the tight end's wide open.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, his tight end was
wide open. One of the worst reads I've ever seen in college football.
Coverage instead. Zed Christian gets the interception.
And folks, you know, that's got to seal it. I mean, Zed Christian is going to run this clock out, and you know, with the Lime Tech victory tonight, that's it. They will play St. Bagman, the defending champions, in the SAE 12 title.
That play will haunt Coach Gav in his sleep tonight, as
that's right.
The tight end was wide open, I believe, on that mesh route concept.
Oh, Lord.
And
Brown takes off. He's at the 40.
It looks like
the 30, the 20, and he's still going. Gavin will let him score.
Rome U is running no moss there, which means the defender potentially let them score the touchdown because you want the ball back. I think that's the right call. Just because they were already in field goal range, worst case, Z was going to go up by 2 possessions. Might as well let them score right away. And you never know with 3 timeouts, as long as you don't use any, you're guaranteed the ball back on a 3 and out. So as long as
the question here will be, will they be able to force that 3 and out?
Yeah, you just have to remember, if you're Coach Gav, I'm not sure where his mindset is. He might be too in the moment of this game. Can you remember to not call any of your timeouts? Because if you don't call any of your timeouts, you have a chance, legitimately, if you score.
The tight end wide open right again, and it seems like quarterback Malachi Nelson is, you know, oblivious to the tight end out there. I mean, that's back-to-back offensive plays where we've seen somebody wide open, and you know, just a terrible read.
And do you think it's time to move on from Malachi Nelson after this offseason?
I don't know. I don't know what year he is or anything. Does it matter
what year he is? I mean,
if he's a senior, he's going to follow the Rome U trend of going to work in sales following graduation. Oh boy. Yeah, after that play. Oh, and it looks like he is a sophomore. So, you know, you do bring up a good question, Luke. Will they try and get someone out of the portal?
There's a lot.
Not sure if they've recruited any quarterbacks out of high school, but you know, with this Rome U team, after you know, in the last 8 games, again they are 6-2 with a huge upset over Lime Tech.
Oh, and they use the timeout, which forces Rome U to need to convert the onside kick following this touchdown instead of being able to kick to Zed Christian and giving her a chance for another possession on a 3 and out. I mean, you can get all the yardage and you want here and score a touchdown, but at the end of the day, you're gonna need the onside kick because of that timeout called.
Hey, look, in my book, this game is as good as over. I mean, not a lot of optimism here for the Gladiators.
No, I mean,
see, Nelson's making these good reads now. I mean, he has 251 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. But you know, the question I'm asking myself is, where the fuck was this the last drive?
The question I'm asking myself is, what is going on Coach Gav's mind? His players are doing everything they need to come back in this game.
That's right. And it looks like Strahan was tackled by a fucking idiot wearing a hoodie. I mean, that's got to be a little demoralizing for sure.
He's looking to throw it.
Someone wide open in the end zone, but of course Malachi Nelson will not take that. He'll run it in for himself. A little selfish there, but, you know, gets the touchdown.
I don't know if that was selfish or because he didn't see him, but either way, they get the touchdown. And like I said, if you have 3 timeouts, you can pick away the football as well as instead just need the outside kick. And it looks like they're letting go for 2 here. Should really make a difference. This game is going to come down to the onside kick attempts.
That's right. And I mean, you know, this similar situation we saw at Lime Tech. Not sure if Coach Gavigan is looking for something similar.
Yeah, you almost wonder, excuse me, Bags, you almost wonder if Romeo had something in their back pocket on this onside kick attempt that they were practicing and are ready to
That's
try
right.
out.
But knowing Romeo, you know, they don't have fucking shit.
Well, let's see here. It looks like Zed Christian's prepared for the onside kick attempt as they have a lot of guys at that 10-yard mark. And
just as expected, Zed Christian.
And that's the ball game, folks.
Seemingly, we'll see Braden Fowler-Nicolosi running this clock out here.
Was this a score you expected coming in tonight, Bags?
Sorry, say that again, Luke.
Was this about the score you expected coming in tonight to this game?
In all honesty, at the end of the day, I think Romeo showed a better effort than the one I would have predicted. You know, even with that Lime Tech victory last week, you know, I thought that might have just been a fluke or something of sorts. But, you know, at the end of the day, you have to consider that going up against the number 2 team in the conference, a team that started 0-3. I mean, you know, they've really showed their worth here in the past 2 or 3 weeks. I'm excited to see what next year brings for the Gladiators. I think, you know, week 4 when Coach Gavigan kind of found his groove with this new team, you know, of course, coming in this offseason as head coach via Tyler Hopping. You know, once he got the groove of the game, the coaching game plan, you know, a sense of his players, I think he really got a good grip on what he came here to do.
Right, and this sets the stage for a Zed Christian St. Bagman SAE title game.
Not quite yet. We will need, in order for that to happen, we will need Lime Tech to defeat Don Rubio. That game will be kicking off shortly in about 10 minutes following the end of this game.
And what happens, Bags, tell the viewers if Don Julio loses that game?
If Don Rubio loses that game, I mean, you know, that's one less conference win for them, and as a result, the SAE 12 title game will be St. Bagman versus Zed Christian. St. Bagman, of course, winning the SAE 12 title last year, and even moving along in the college football playoff, you know, winning that first round, ultimately losing in the semifinal to number 1 seed Ohio State, who went on to win the entire national championship.
The sure hands, it's Montgomery. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup.
We got one more play here. They have to hike it in the next second, and they do not. And the game officially ends 35-29. Wow, high-scoring matchup. A lot of questionable decisions on both sides of the ball, but
that's right.
Neither here nor there as Zed Christian takes home the victory and remains kind of a dominant force in the SAE 12 league.
And, you know, folks, Zed Christian can't, you know, get comfortable yet. in about 10 minutes here, we will have the Week 14 regular season finale between number 3 in conference Don Rubio and number 4 in conference Lime Tech. With a Lime Tech victory there again, Zed Christian will clinch the SAE 12 title game. But with the Don Rubio upset, he does have a chance to clinch that title game against St. Bagman.
What are our early predictions for this upcoming game between Lime Tech?
Yep. I know Lime Tech had that absurd defeat, back-to-back defeats, mind you, 2 weeks ago, first to Zed Christian. Still a pretty good team. They were ranked 15 overall in the AP poll at that time, Lime Tech being number 10. Took that loss there, shook it off, didn't attribute it to much. But then last week, losing to the 5-5 Rome U Gladiators. I mean, that was a little surprising there. And, after that, they've fallen out of the AP poll entirely.
What are the stakes of this game between these two teams? We know that Ruby has already been eliminated from CFB contention. He's looking to clinch an SAE title game, but what can Lime accomplish with his win here?
Jack fucking shit. I mean, you know what I mean? I think at the end of the day, if I'm Lime Tech, I'm still going out there fighting my hardest. You've still clinched bowl eligibility. You're trying to end the season on a high note. Of course, last year didn't make a SAE 12 title appearance, but they were the 12th seed in the college football playoff, losing in the first round to 5th seed NC State. And I mean, not a lot to accomplish in this game tonight besides, going out on a high note and maybe a little ego inflation there. We know Coach Lime is known for that. What I'm curious about is the ongoing, I guess you could call it beef, as the young fellas call it, between Zed Christian coach Alex Zielskowski and Lime Tech coach Nate Lime. Again, with the Lime Tech victory, Zed Christian is in that title game. I mean, look, do you think Lime Tech throws this game just to kind of get under the fingernails of his rival there?
I mean, you never want to see teams throw a game at any level of play, maybe especially not in the SAE 12 league, which is a long and prideful history of competitive football. But who knows? Unfortunately, we've seen it before. It happens. We can't deny that. But I mean, listen, this is a team that played really hard football for most of the year. They were ranked 10 at one point, and
not only that, they are also one of the most, if not the most, well-regarded teams in the SAE 12.
Right. And so it's hard for me to believe that Lime Tech and his team is not going to try their hardest last game of the season. You're still looking for recruits. You're still looking to build that culture, to make the championship game next year. So I doubt it. We're going to see as this game unfolds how each team goes about their strategy.
That we will, Lucas. That we will.
But I think it'll be a hard-fought game for both teams.
That's right, and again, battle of two very strong teams. We have Don Rubio, of course, trying to gain a chance to clinch that conference title game, and Lime Tech, huge ego, especially in this league. Of course, we do know as well that he did win the in-season tournament during the holiday break.
Right, and we're talking about a Lime Tech coach and Lime Tech team that, if we know one thing's for sure, and it's hard to know many things for sure when it comes to the SE 12 league, is that Lime Tech knows football. I mean, he's going to coach his team really, really well. He's going to make the right decisions. His quarterback's usually going to make the right reads. And so when they're playing at their best, they're up there with anybody in terms of being difficult to beat and difficult to plan against. So I'll give it to Lime Tech. I think they're going to come into this game firing. I think so is Ruby. I think we're going to see a lot of shots deep early in this game. I think it's going to be very different than the game we just watched, where it was a lot of pounding the rock. It was a lot of longer possessions.
That's right. I think this game will be a total shootout.
Right.
Of course, these two teams are protected rivals. They face each other in the final regular season week of every year, and so it'll be a good one. Of course, Lime Tech taking the victory last year But in my opinion, these are two completely different teams, Luke.
Go on. What makes you think they're different, so to speak?
Lime Tech didn't have these two atrocious losses that he did last year, and Don Rubio as well, picking up a lot of wins this season and, kind of establishing themselves as title contenders. I mean, they were number 2 in the conference for a majority of the season. Now number 3, of course, losing that number 2 spot to Zed Christian. But I mean, still, last year, I believe they finished the season maybe 7-4 with a bowl game victory on top of that. But, they were never really considered contenders in the conference. And I think we see that a lot this year with a lot of different teams. I mean, K-Town and Rome U, especially one of the worst 2 teams in the conference last year, but they've really picked up here in the second half of the season.
And then obviously Ruby, he's kind of different than the teams we just watched just now. He likes to throw the ball a little bit more. He likes to find his wide receivers down the field.
He definitely has a very balanced offense. I think it's split right down the middle with Badalato Birdsong, their running back, as well as Brendan Lewis, a veteran quarterback on their squad.
Right. Well, I was just saying he's going to be throwing it probably a lot more than we just saw in that game right now. Definitely. Do we think that Lime needs to move away from using the linebacker and look at like a corner or look at the safety and really covers those deep routes and make sure that he doesn't get hit deep early in this game?
Well, you do also have to consider that, among all defensive players in the nation, Lime Tech has 3 different players in the top 5 in interceptions. So that is a major point behind this matchup here.
They like to cause turnovers. They like to wreak havoc in the pass game. They like to attack the running back and hit him hard on the ground game. What do you think will be the key to victory in terms of defensive scheme for Lime going into this game?
I think, keep doing what you've been doing all season. Take the mistakes you've made the past 2 games and, work on that. I think they match up really well against a team like Don Rubio that's, kind of balanced. And, Don Rubio, same as the previous game, Don Rubio has a lot on the line here trying to clinch that SA-12 conference title game, whereas, Lime Tech is pretty much checked out. I mean, they'll have a bowl game, at the end of the season, but, that's about it. Kind of a devastating position as compared to where they were 2 weeks ago.
Right. Right. Like you were just talking about, Don Rubio trying to clinch the Rose Bowl, trying to go to Pasadena. A lot at stake for them. I don't believe they've been to Pasadena before. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bags.
That is correct.
So really huge opportunity for those seniors, for those leadership members of the team to go in there and get a win. And hopefully for them, they can overcome that stifling defense that we talked about from Lime, and it's going to be a good battle. When are we expected to tip off? What's the latest word on that?
We are kicking off now.
Okay, perfect. So here we go.
Lime Tech will kick off first to Don Rubio. They will elect to receive the ball at the half.
Okay, let me just pull up the game here. And here we go, folks.
This
As I
game
pull
is
this up on my screen.
This game is sure.
So it looks like Lime Tech won the kickoff or won the coin toss. He elected to defer to the second half, and here we go. It's going to be kind of the prime matchup that we just talked about between Rubio's really balanced but explosive offense versus Lime Tech's stifling defense and experienced defense. At that, we see a double reverse gets blown up. Tech, exactly what we were just talking about.
Sacked by Jordan Eubanks, and
Rubio,
Jordan Eubanks, one of the top 5 Heisman contenders, and the only who is a defensive player.
Right.
He's having a breakout season for sure.
Trying to take an advantage any way he can against this Lime Tech defense. Wasn't able to get it, but he was able to get that. He gets a nice chunk of that sack yardage back. We're going to be set up for a 3rd down early in this game. And the Lime Tech crowd, I mean, you can hear them on the broadcast. It's so loud. Here we go.
And it looks like he did get that inbounds. Not sure if Lime Tech is going to talk about challenging that, but it doesn't appear so.
We talk about it every week. You just need 1 foot inbounds in SAE 12, and they get it. first down, Don Rubio. You could already tell it's going to be a find a man break free. To the flag.
We do have a flag on the play. Oh, and it looks like it'll be coming back on a holding call. Tough break for Don Rubio.
And ball early in this game. What are your thoughts? Just 4 plays into the ball game, Bags.
I mean, we did see the holding call there, but I mean, what a play for.
Holding was unnecessary to the play. I mean, I don't think the offensive lineman needed to do that.
I did. I wholeheartedly agree, but that's something that we've seen out of this Don Rubio squad all season.
We see 19-yard gain. They get all of the penalty yardage back and then some. We're going to have 2nd and inches. I said it last game. I say it every week. I'll say it again. On 2nd and short, you have to take a shot play. And it looks like that's exactly what Don Rubio is thinking about doing here with the play-action play call.
And, if you're Coach Lime, I mean, what are you thinking after that wide open? Oh, another huge reception for Don Rubio. They're on Lime Tech's 19-yard line.
It sounds like Lime Tech was trying to get Don Rubio into a 2nd and long, 3rd and long position early. They got exactly where they wanted.
And it looks like we'll be reviewing this play in the booth. I mean, what do you think?
It looks like the call stands, but like I was saying, Lime Tech had Don Rubio exactly where he wanted him. Ran a blitz package out of what I believe was a dime package, and then it didn't work out. I love how Don Rubio's quarterback is standing in the pocket. He's making the right read.
Oh my goodness.
He's
picked up by Lime Tech. It looks like he'll take it all the way.
And what a play by Lime.
Need security, bitch. I keep that Draco when I step. Niggas, bitches, they'll talk about you, but never say how they feel. Fuck your gang, and if you walk with me, don't count, just keep it real. I ain't gonna speak on what I did, his ass know how that hot shit feel. Leave him stainless with the steel. Bro, them head shit for real. Call no shots, but if you.
Tough break for Don Rubio there. Again, they did have that touchdown that was called back on the holding flag, but gosh, I mean, you got to imagine what could have been.
Right play there, zone coverage,
and the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays.
And already down
He'll come
on
out
the road.
on first down.
Brandon Lewis throws it away as he's facing some pressure there.
Sometimes people say if you're good enough,
they might
big deal
not be playing anything or anything,
but you might find out
looks like
like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on.
Runs right into a roadblock there. Jack Bottolato Birdsell.
It's like we give this line tech team a lot of shit. They make a lot of mistakes offensively. Always get the results they want, but if there's one way we can't criticize this line tech team, it's in their defense.
Finds a receiver wide open, and he takes off. He's crossed the 40, the 30, the 20 before he's taken down, and then some.
That's one area that Lime Tech does struggle in. They're a great defensive team, but they do have to limit those occasional explosive plays that we have seen teams hit them for throughout this year, especially in the last couple
dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's first
and touchdown Don Rubio just like that.
Radiator Springs. Yeah, maybe you might Go to Zoom and then audio. No, go to Zoom then audio. It should just say microphone volume.
I think it's input volume.
Yeah, sure.
Looking for a productive play on first down.
All right, what about now?
Yeah, there we go.
All the way up? Okay.
There we go.
Okay. I apologize to the audience for that.
They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved.
And Lucas, just a little question for you. Where are we at with that 7-Eleven drinks order?
Dude, I fucked up. I ordered it from Meyer. I don't want to talk about it.
How long is it going to take?
It's 10:50 now.
All right. I'll wait 30. I'm empty.
I mean, I'm already a little tipsy, but is this what we thought we were gonna see so far early in this game, Bags? Or
I mean, I figured early on we'd see a tighter game, but I think later in the third quarter, maybe the fourth, I at least personally expected to see Lime Tech pull out of this one.
Right.
Again, all-time Lime Tech is winning the series with Don Rubio 1-0. Only one game played in Week 14 last year, but a blowout nonetheless. So I'm expecting to see a closer game here. Even with sight of that. Luke, how do you think both of these teams, stand out in the SAE 12? Not just this season, but overall.
Well, Lime Tech's an historic program. They've been around for a long time. Obviously, a very experienced coach. Seen a lot of football games, so I think he's well respected, at least in terms of his game, especially his defensive game across the league. Hasn't been able to find a way into a deep run into the playoffs just yet, but you almost feel like he will at some point.
That's right. Only two teams in SAE 12 history have actually made the college football playoff, being Lime Tech and St. Bagman.
Right, and then you have Don Rubio on the other side of the ball, where kind of a newer member.
One of the newer powerhouses for sure.
Right,
yep.
Right. But able to make his name this season if he can take down Lime Tech at Lime Tech, which isn't hard to do in this conference by any stretch of the imagination. Or, excuse me, isn't easy to do. Little quarterback design keeper there, only gets about 1 yard from Lime Tech. And this is where Don Rubio's defense, where it has struggled in many parts of the game, is actually usually successful. The red
That's
zone.
right. Their red zone defense, among some of the worst in the SAE 12, which says a lot in my opinion.
Right.
SAE 12 not particularly known for its defense outside of Lime Tech, but Taj Mahal and Don Rubio, two of the best defenses in the SAE 12 this year, standing alongside Lime Tech.
And they get the all-important sack there. Let's see if they try and just draw them off sides here, or if they're going to snap the ball. They're going to snap the ball.
Looks like they do take the snap.
And just gets the pass off. Wow.
Oh, 4th and 1.
And this is going to be the play of the game so far to open the second quarter here.
That is right. 4th and 1. We are on the 2-yard line, and if I'm
need the touchdown. Yeah,
that's right. If I'm Coach Lime, based on what has been working this season, I'm going for it, which it appears he is doing.
I would press those defensive backs a little bit more, and they get the touchdown.
That's a touchdown for the Lightning.
Need security, bitch. I keep that Draco when I step. Niggas bitches, they'll talk about you, but never say how they feel. Fuck a gang, and if you walk with me, don't count, just keep it real. I ain't gonna speak on what I did, his ass know how that hot shit feel. Leave him stainless with the steel.
Well, what you gonna do now, Lucas?
Order from 7-Eleven.
All right. Whatever gets here quicker. All right, and Don Rubio will get this ball back with just about 5 minutes remaining in the half, the entirety of the half. Minus 2 seconds. Luke, what do you want to see out of the Don Rubio offense here?
Well, you want to obviously build confidence again if you're a quarterback. It can cost an interception early in this game, but I mean, Lime's showing you a lot of like really empty boxes like right now, so I wouldn't mind just running the ball here up the middle.
That's right. I mean, 4.5 minutes, you do have a lot of time left on the clock.
That's exactly what they do, as I said.
Oh, Bottolato will spin, gains about an extra 10 yards there after contact.
The box was just, I mean, they didn't have 2 levels there. They only had 1 level. So it's like if your O-lineman beat their D-lineman, that's an easy 15-yard gain, and that's exactly what happened there.
That's
obviously
right.
A deeper box here, but
that's right. And if you're the Lightning, we talked about this pregame, Luke, but you have to be prepared to defend both sides of the attack there with the rushing and the passing offense. I mean, Don Rubio split right down the middle there all season between their passing game and their rushing game.
And to your point, I mean, this is one of the ways that Don Rubio's gotten 8-3 and has a chance to be in the title game this year, which is that he takes advantage of what the defense is giving him. So it's like if they're loading the box, he'll stick to the pass game. If they're emptying it, he'll go to the ground game, and that's kind of what we're seeing here early. It's been some of the best play calling I've seen as a commentator so far.
That's right.
Obviously, it's past there, but I like the decision making by Coach Ruby early in this game. We'll see what he does going forward.
Quarterbacks, they got to quickly be able to recognize: do I need to fire it? Do I need to put a little air underneath it? And
I don't like the decision.
Terrible read, and it's picked off. Gosh.
It was a bad read, Beggs, but that's what the Lime Tech defense does to you. They confuse you. They rush guys that don't look like they're rushing. They bring guys back that don't look like they're
That's right. And
coverage. And
just over 3.5 minutes left on this clock. You have to wonder, in my personal opinion, I see Lime Tech at least converting on some kind of scoring opportunity here, and then, getting the ball back at the half. Takes it down to Don Rubio's 34 for the first. And Lucas, you have to start to wonder, when is the 7-Eleven order getting here?
Well, I didn't order from 7-Eleven.
I thought you just did. And it's picked off by Don Rubio.
Tech.
Don Rubio.
That's a huge interception in this game as they get the ball back, force the stop, and if they put one decent drive together here, they're right back in this ball game.
And like I mentioned earlier, Don Rubio and Taj Mahal are some of the best defenses in BSA 12 this year. That's where they kind of thrive in these nerve-wracking situations where maybe after turnover you try and get that ball right back. And had he not made that stop, I mean that looked pretty clearly, at least in my opinion, to be a Lime Tech touchdown.
I ordered the Coke from 7-Eleven, priority delivery, says 20 minutes at most. We shall see how that ends up. And a interception, again, the third straight interception. 3 plays, 3 picks. The third interception by Lime Tech squad. We talked about how good their defense was in the pregame coverage. And just like that,
Lime Tech hushing the fans here at Radiator Springs Stadium. Good stop there from Don Rubio. Would have been about 3rd and inches there.
Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracies.
2nd down coming up. Quarterback making adjustments with his receiver.
Beyond candidate calls. He'll take the snap. He's looking complete. He's got his tight end on Don Rubio's 39 once again for the first down.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism. He's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
Just inside the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 39. to the ground with the back. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
Yeah, Lime Tech's marching here. They got it just outside the red zone. It's gonna be tough to come back from that.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat.
Whoa, and a massive sack on Lime
Scoop
Tech.
for Don Rubio. Will they be able to score?
He needs to stiff arm one guy.
And he's still going. He's still going.
Fella is going to get it to the 1 yard line. The hero, David Payne Jr., the freshman.
David Payne from Minnesota. Right here.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning.
And
They'll get stopped on the 1 yard line. Let's see what they call here.
What a big... We've seen a lot of turnovers in this game, Bags.
Yeah, we have.
Listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition.
They go right back to the quarterback sneak. Kind of an awkward tackle there. They get the points. And just like that, tie game once again. 14. What a game. I don't know about you, but I'm thoroughly entertained by this.
Hey, I'm curious to see what the Lightning do here with just 1:59, a tick under the 2-minute warning on the clock. And it looks like Lime Tech -7 rushing yards through the game. I mean, not something you typically see out of this squad. Can't speak to maybe the last 2 weeks or so, but just overall. Jaden Thomas, the running back, will take it to Lime Tech's on 43 for the first.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
And Lime Tech got the ball back after that costly scooping, essentially a score, scooping and brought to the 1 yard line. They're looking for someone down the field.
Oh my gosh, he's got him wide open. He's got him wide open.
Mean, that's what Lime Tech does. He scrambles, he rolls to his right. I mean, he's a left-handed quarterback for Lime Tech, but it doesn't matter. He gets the ball, and it's kind of like my Captain Morgan orders from Uber Eats. You can never have enough from those rollout pass plays for Lime Tech. Would you agree with that, Beggs?
I do. Lime Tech in the hurry up now. Clock is ticking with 1:30, and they'll get the touchdown.
Right. So, I mean, enough time for Coach Ruby to respond here. But obviously, you don't love to see that in what was kind of a defensive showdown for a lot of this first half. It's kind of become sort of a heavyweight boxing matchup. Would you agree with that, Beck?
I do, look. I do. Don Rubio will get this back with just under 90 seconds left on the clock.
Okay.
Short gain, only about 6 yards there. Clock is ticking, so they'll be in the hurry up.
Correct. They're forced to go no huddle here. Looks like the quarterback still trying to make adjustments at the line of scrimmage. Looks like
that's right. And keep in mind here, I mean, both teams do have 3 timeouts. This half isn't over yet.
It's all about getting that. Every drive, it's just about getting that first down, and it builds momentum for your squad.
Third
unable
and
to get it
4.
so far.
3rd and 4. This will be devastating if Don Rubio does have to punt from their own 31. Again, Lime Tech elected to receive the ball in the second half and already up 1 touchdown. If you're Coach Rubishko, you hate to see this.
Wow, and he
Oh,
gets the first down. A huge hit, but he holds on to the football.
hit hard there. Luckily, he's able to get up and
Right.
stay in this ball game.
Exactly, and hurries to the line of scrimmage to snap the ball.
And it looks like we may have a free play here. All right, offsides on Lime Tech. That will be on Trey Fulton.
Great spot there, Bags.
All right, Don Rubio able to get the clock to stop there on the offsides call. 1st and 5 on Lime Tech's 44. Oh my gosh, another huge hit there. But he is able to pick up the first. He is now at Don Rubio's 25-yard line. Clock is ticking with 40 seconds left in this half. And, Coach Rubishko still does have all 3 of his timeouts, picking up another gain of 8 there. They'll take the first.
And I've genuinely liked what I've seen from both sides this half. I think last game, it was messy, it was chaotic, a lot of bad, questionable coaching decisions. This game's kind of been different than that. We saw really strong defense. We've seen offenses taking shots when they had them. We've seen a lot of strong play calling. This is a well-coached ball game, Bags. I don't know if you agree.
This is, and look, this is exactly what we expected. I mean, from the 3rd and 4th best teams in the conference. Not sure what Don Rubio was thinking there. I mean, 30 seconds left on the clock.
Right,
Loss of
3
1,
timeouts still,
and they still don't take. No, they have 2 timeouts. The clock is still ticking. Not sure if they're gonna try and go for the touchdown here. Looks like they'll throw it away.
Huge decision coming up. Are you taking the field goal here?
Yeah, this is big. In the back of your mind, you have to keep in mind you're down 7, and you're defending the beginning
Looks like
of
they're
the
going
second
for
half.
the field goal here.
On the road, this will be a tough one for sure. Yep,
They're
looks
icing or who calls the
no,
timeout there?
Don Rubio calls the timeout. It looks like
he didn't like the play call changes.
Radiator Springs got a little too loud there for Coach Rubishko's liking, and he'll elect to go for it on this 4th and 3. 16 seconds left. Clock is stopped. 1 timeout remaining for Don Rubio.
They're running out of time on the play clock. Can't use back-to-back timeouts. Got to snap it. And he's got him for the first down.
Go get the first. You got to call your final timeout here.
You have to. Yeah.
All right, folks.
So the run game is essentially non-existent here. Cannot call a run play. You're taking 3 shots at the end zone here, at least, maybe 4.
That's right. I mean, 12 seconds left on the clock. You're on Lime Tech's 13-yard line, but as we've discussed, this is where Lime Tech's defense primarily thrives here in the red zone.
And being careful with the football. You have to get out of bounds.
It looks like Brendan Lewis is going to run it. And he does get out. He's on the 2-yard line, 1st and goal with 4 seconds remaining.
This is what you love to see, and it only seems to happen in the SAE 12 conference was just it coming down to these literal
gutsy call here. It looks like Coach Ruby is going to be...
I mean, you have 4 seconds left. If you run the ball here and don't get it, the half's over, and you're not going to get any points.
That is right. I mean, you've got to toss this ball. He's got his running back wide open.
Got it, but he misses it with 1 second left on the play call, Bags.
Oh, my God. A costly miss by quarterback Brendan Lewis. I mean, he was wide the fuck open, Luke.
Wide open.
Devastating blow. I mean, oh, boy. This next snap is going to be huge for Don Rubio here.
This could end up being the ball game.
You hate to see that replay there. I mean, he was wide the fuck open. Here we go.
Touchdown. Wow.
They're an extra point away from tying this ball game at the end of the first half.
The way with the Uber Eats, Captain Morgan, and Coke.
That's great. maybe a little bit of a personal question for this broadcast. What the fuck do you have against Pakistan?
You know, besides the fact that they harbored, you know, I won't say it to save my broadcasting career, but I do like the Pakistani people. I think they bring a lot of great cricket to the world.
That's right. Please keep in mind we do have one of two Pakistani people in the broadcasting booth tonight. Not sure what Lucas.
Are you Pakistani?
Not sure what Lucas was thinking with that.
Wait, are you
that
actually
broadcasting?
Pakistani?
I can confirm that I am. That is correct.
Your mom or your dad's side?
My mom's side.
Really? I didn't even know that. Where's your dad from?
He's Persian.
I thought you were just Persian.
No.
Oh, I don't mind the Pakistanis. I like the Pakistanis. Obviously, the government's a little corrupt, but aren't they?
Yeah, but that's where all the money is. All right, folks. Lime Tech.
Wait, so does that mean you hate fucking Indian people? A little bit, right? You have to.
Generally, yes, but not for racism reasons. Just
no. It's not a racism thing.
For me, it's more behavioral things.
Oh, okay. But I mean, you guys have that big like rivalry, like politically and with.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Luke. I don't really give a fuck about all that, seeing as my parents are from the amazing United States of America. You know, my dad is from Chicago. My mom's from Minnesota. You know, home city of Don Rubio. Or home state of Don Rubio. So, you know,
Don Rubio's from Minnesota.
Yes, that's what I just said, Lucas. Thank you for making that observation. Point being, I don't really give a fuck about, you know, third world countries. I'm more invested in the United States of America.
And the best part about America, football, and that's what we get to witness right now, right here.
And that's why we're here right now, Lucas. That is why we're here right now.
And Lime Tech has the ball after that costly end of the first half. They're moving the ball, but you have to
Thomas.
They're a little.
Speaking of third world countries, Lime Tech running back Jaden Thomas, the Nigerian, probably taking it up for about 8 yards there. A deep ball. It looks like he'll have it. That is a Lime Tech touchdown as he takes a 1-score lead.
Driving the wrong way right now, and I'm not sure what's going on.
Hey, you know, Luke, you start to wonder if he's not bringing our drinks. You know, in my personal professional opinion, you know, you might shoot him a message and ask where the fuck he's going.
Well, it's a woman, first of all, and second of all, she just made the correct turn. So
yeah, I mean,
you're relatively.
And, you know, Lucas, as soon as you said it was a woman, you know, no further questions asked. We all know. Similar to the rivalry history behind Don Rubio and Lime Tech, we do know the history behind women and automobiles.
That we do, Bags. And as we get deeper into this game, every possession just becomes that much more important. What do we think we need to do here if we're Don Rubio to attack this Lime Tech defense?
I mean, I think Don Rubio on offense has been doing an amazing job. I think.
Well, except for that.
You know what, Lucas? I apologize for that hole in my analysis. It appears Don Rubio's offense doesn't know what the fuck they're doing.
No, they don't.
Immediately after the handoff, diving towards fucking oblivion. You know, nothing to gain from that.
No.
But anyway, I think overall Don Rubio's main emphasis in this game going forward should be now the offense, as well as you know, their secondary is just not getting it done. I mean, they're able to contain seemingly Lime Tech's running offense, but no, their secondary is just not cutting it. Lime Tech throwing a bunch of these deep balls and, you know, into essentially no coverage whatsoever. Huge shift in the game here with Don Rubio punting that ball away. Lime Tech will take it up on their own 32, just about halfway through this third quarter with a 7-point lead.
Wow, what a catch!
And Luke, this is exactly what I was just talking about. I mean, Don Rubio just cannot contest these deep balls. I mean, I don't know what the secondary is doing out there. They're just, getting some cardio in, it seems like.
Now they're set up in the red zone. They're in the red zone and they'll pass it.
Incomplete from Dion Candidate. He did have his receiver seemingly wide open, but, just unable to get that ball into his hands.
Yeah, if you're Don Rubio, you need the stop here. Cannot go down 14 points this early in the game, and he throws a pick! Exactly what Don Rubio needed down 7. And he sees nothing but green grass in front of him. And he gets chased down with that by the running back, I believe. But
Jesus, and we go from Don Rubio's 32-yard line to Lime Tech's 32-yard line.
Right, and that was almost the only way that Don Rubio stays in this game. I mean, they were already in field goal range. We're likely getting a touchdown if it weren't for that pick.
Oh, but the quarterback throws it off his back foot.
Yeah, but, I mean, you have to still, even after that incompletion, be happy where you are if you're Coach Rubio. You have the ball. You're down 7. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now you're not going to be down 2 scores after this possession no matter what.
I mean, hey, Lucas, do you smell that? Because it smells to me like the momentum has shifted here, late in this game.
Without a doubt, except that's that's the magic of the Lime Tech defense. It's like even after a quick turnover.
I mean, Coach Ruby, these last 2 drives. I mean, the rushing offense is just not working. I don't know what Badalado Birdcell's doing out there, but snap after snap, he's taking these handoffs for a loss, and that brings us to 4th and 11.
Yeah, I think you do. I agree with this call. You do have to go for it. I mean, I know I'm saying a lot of defenses. One of the ways you really can attack them really successfully is after a turnover, right? It's a quick change of possession. The defensive guys aren't ready. They're on the bench. They're relaxed. All of a sudden, they have to sprint out into the field, and that allows you to run a play action, try and hit guys deep, find someone open. Sometimes someone usually is. Someone was there on that first down play. Quarterback missed him. Stopped on 2nd down. Stopped on 3rd down, and now here we are.
And electing to go for it on this 4th and 11, I don't blame him at all as he does convert that.
They get it back, and now they're at the 9-yard line, and they're knocking on the door saying, "Hello, can we have a tie game here, please?"
That is right, Lucas. And don't hate electing to go for it on that 4th at all. You're on Lime Tech's 33-yard line, and Don Rubio's kicker's target line for a field goal is 11 yards.
Doesn't matter now as they get the touchdown. We're an extra point away from a tie ball game, and if you're a fan of the SAE 12 league, I mean, this is exactly what you want to see. If you don't love this, you don't love
Gosh, and I mean, this game as well, but also just the last 3-4 weeks of conference play in the SAE 12 have been, nail biters. I mean, just complete shootouts to say the least, Lucas. I'm not sure what your thoughts are, but
product on the field in SAE 12 is up there with any conference in the country, and we've been saying this all year long.
That's right.
It again. Oh, fumble! Recovered by the O-lineman behind the line of scrimmage. Huge opportunity for Don Rubio. They can't get the fumble. They do get the sack. 9-yard loss. All of a sudden. Yeah, what were you going to say?
Coach Lime's got to be praying to the gods over there at Zed Christian. Bumbling on your own 6-yard line. But it looks like quarterback Dion Candidate will make up those lost yards, picking up the first now on the 25-yard line.
But, I mean,
would have been a huge scoop and score opportunity for Don Rubio to take the lead late in this game.
It's huge even do what could have just happened justice. I don't even think so. That would have been game-changing, season-changing. And we know with that stake in this game, a lot of ramifications across the league, not just between these two teams. They aren't able to recover the fumble. They allow the conversion. Lime Tech, I mean, they got that first down, but they do seem a little shaky on defense or on offense now, Bags. What do you think?
That's right. And I mean, in my personal opinion, Dion Candidate, the quarterback, fumbling there, are able to recover it. But still, you know, the last 3 plays, they've still been running it with the quarterback. It appears that, you know, that fumble by Canada has not shooken Coach Lime's confidence whatsoever.
Correct.
And I mean, that's what it's all about in the SAE 12, you know what I mean? Trusting your players and, you know, ultimately going out there, doing what you've been doing all season and trying to convert this ball game into a W.
Oh, you can't let him scramble on you again. He makes a guy miss.
Gosh, that is now 4 plays in a row with a quarterback run from Lime Tech. Don Rubio is just not able to contain this. And
this is where you really start to ask Coach Rubio, why aren't you running a quarterback spy? You know he's scrambling on you. You know he's finding those holes if no one's getting open. Run a quarterback spy. Watch the quarterback. Just let him stay there. I mean, we talk about quarter spy like it's this fancy term. It's essentially just man on the quarterback, right? And you're not trying to rush him, but you're also not allowing him to get any yards on the ground. And it really makes your defense that much more dynamic in terms of pass coverage. But they're not doing it. They're electing to stay back and just run 4, and it's hurting them on this really important drive.
That's right, and you know, if they're not able to contain that as they currently are not, I don't see Lime Tech abstaining from this kind of play count here.
Gonna stay with it 100%.
Yeah, Deion Candidate does appear to have the green light.
Oh, and he misses the sack, and he was wide open.
Oh gosh!
And he finds the receiver all the way down the field.
What a reception! Deion Candidate now throwing for 344 yards in this ball game. Gosh, he is having himself an outing.
I don't know what that was, but 2nd and 10 here now. They're really, I mean,
looks like the running back, since the pressure there, elected to block instead of going for that designed reception.
Don Rubio, he's sticking with this like weird nickel 2-mug package. It hasn't really been working out that much. I guess he wants to keep doing that.
That's right, and you know, if Lime Tech is able to convert here, the nerves are there for Coach Rubishko. That's for damn sure.
If I'm Don Rubio, I'm using a safety and I'm playing down low, trying to stop plays exactly like that. But they do get the stop.
4th and 4. I mean,
this is the play of the game.
What do you think, Coach Lime? Oh, looks like Coach Lime will be going for it on 4th and 4, trying to seal the deal here.
I actually would kick a field goal here if I'm Lime Tech. Put the pressure on Don Rubio. Instead, we're going for it. Shotgun formation, 2 out wide. And they convert.
Oh, gosh.
I think that's one situation where you run something like cover 2 man there. And
that's right. And you know, if we do see a lightning touchdown here, you know, Don Rubio has just under 4 minutes to respond.
Right. I mean, plenty of time
on the line.
But not where you want to be, especially if you could help it. Sack by Don Rubio.
A receiver wide open, but they're able to take a tackle.
Would have been a tough throw. Maybe didn't want to risk it, and all of a sudden, it's 2nd and pretty long here. And they find the sack again.
Another sack.
Right.
3rd and goal. They're on to 16.
I don't know whether Don Rubio talked to his defensive lineman or what happened, but all of a sudden they're closing these run lanes that Lime Tech had a lot of success with earlier in this drive and earlier in this game. They're moving in, and they're stopping the Lime Tech quarterback from finding these running holes on the pass plays, and it's working to perfection. They need to keep doing that. Play back. It's like Lime Tech's going to 2 reads, and then if it's not there, he's running it, and that might not work very quickly as we see another play for a loss here.
Jesus, we have 4th and goal in the 16, a game for none.
Field goal, right? No,
it looks like he is going for it still.
And I agree with his defensive play coverage.
Oh, folks, we have the game.
The play of the game right here, folks, and you gotta love this.
Don Rubio pushing the secondary back. Let's see what.
No one's open, and he's just throwing up a Hail Mary prayer, and it does not get there. Don Rubio has the ball. 1st and 10, 16-yard line.
Don Rubio, 3 minutes to turn around this ball game. Let's see what they're able to do. You know, as we've seen in their most recent matchups with St. Bagman and Zed Christian, I mean, they were in the exact same situations here. But, you know, with the final 2-3 minutes in this game, they're usually unable to convert that into a scoring opportunity.
And Gaida is messaging me that she is outside. I cannot miss this last important drive. I told her to please leave it outside. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I believe that. After these final 3 minutes, me and you will go fix ourselves a drink and reflect on this amazing night in the SAE 12.
Yeah, and the post-game coverage from me and Bags will come after a shot of another rum and coke, and we will give you the post-game analysis.
That's right. And just a little score update here. Play My Tech taking down the Zia City Sabres 40-20. That'll be the final game of the season for both teams, as neither was unable to clinch bowl eligibility.
He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages, it tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
The clock stops. 2 minutes left to play in this one. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Looking to move it through the air. It's complete on the right side. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Little wide receiver screen here. Gonna be third and short.
Oh boy, 3rd and 2. Let's see what Don Ruby is able to do here. Looks like they'll be calling an audible. Looking over to the sideline. Let's see what they have. Brendan Lewis taking the snap. He'll hand it off to Bottolato. Birdsell picks up the first and then some.
Yeah. I mean, if you're Don Rubio here, you only need 10 more yards maybe to get into field goal range. You almost consider that walkout.
You also have to consider Don Rubio's kicker target line is 11 yards. And not only that, but they are in this loud Radiator Springs arena. Not sure if a field goal attempt is going to cut it here. You know, in my humble opinion, they have to go for this touchdown.
Well, what's your realistic line mark that you think this Don Rubio kicker can make?
11 from the 11-yard line. Or no, 21-yard line it says.
21-yard line?
And he takes the sack. Yeah, not looking good here at all, Lucas. I mean, this game's in the books on my end. Again, folks, with a Lime Tech victory here at home versus Don Rubio, the Zed Christian Prophets have officially clinched the SA12 title game. They will be taking on the St. Bagman Felons.
Just yet. If Don Rubio can say anything about it, is they convert for a huge play past midfield, 47 yards to go, 11 seconds. They have 2 timeouts, so they can use the middle of the field here if they want.
Yeah, not sure what the purpose was.
He's wide open. He sees it.
You gotta get out. You gotta get out. Oh my goodness.
You have to get out there. You have 2 timeouts, but I see what you're saying. They do stop the clock. 6 seconds left. They have 2 shots at the end zone from 31 yards out here.
Oh boy, Lime Tech pushing the secondary back. I'm not sure how this will pan out.
And
looks like they will take the timeout to change the play call here.
Yeah, Don Rubio using a timeout.
I mean, Lucas, how many snaps do you think you can get off in the event that this play here is unsuccessful?
You only have 2 snaps here. You got this play and then 1 more.
If even that. I mean, we'll have to see, especially if it's a deep ball. That's going to take some time off the clock for sure.
Right, if it's there, it's there. If it's not, you got to throw it away. Instead, you take a sack, you call a timeout, you fumble the ball.
Oh, boy.
And it becomes worse.
Not looking too optimistic for Don Rubio. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Of the game
40 yards to go. 40 yards to go to the touchdown. And keep in mind, on top of that, they'll also have to convert the 2-point conversion. Interesting defensive play call from Lime Tech. I mean, if I'm him, I'm calling, and that's the game.
Very anticlimactic ending. I don't know why you'd run a play action there because you know they're gonna come after you. I think Don Rubio had a good in-game strategy there. I think he got flustered at the end. I think he was worried about what was going to happen. Made obviously a couple good throws there. Some questionable decision making by the quarterback to hold onto the ball there, but overall, I think a great entertaining game.
That's right. And we are going to try and get both coaches onto the stream for a post-game interview. Gosh, I mean, Lucas, what do you think now that the Prophets have officially clinched that title game? Their first appearance in program history. They'll go up against the reigning champions, the St. Bagman Felons. And also keep in mind, the Prophets only have 1 loss on the year, and that was to the Felons. Now joining us is Coach Lime of Lime Tech Lightning.
Coach Lime, great performance, great win. What do we think about the late game heroics, especially by your defensive players and your corners in that game?
Yeah, that last pick, I'm like, I know everyone's in this league is famous for throwing picks and getting picks, but no one in this league gets user picks like me, and that's just facts. And that user pick, guarding that tight end crossing route to seal the game, that's what Lime Tech Lightning football is all
So is
about.
that what that was? Was that a user pick?
That was a user pick. That was my user linebacker guarding his tight end crosser.
We were talking about in pregame actually whether Lime. We knew that Don Rubio was going to be throwing the ball a lot more, a lot more than the game we saw earlier tonight. Would you need to start using the corners and using the safeties more? You obviously elected to do that, and it worked out in your favor. What do we think about the offensive performance tonight? Obviously, a couple questionable throws on your part that gave Rubio a chance, but enough to get it done. What do we think about your offensive performance?
Yeah, anytime you have 70% completion for 360 yards, you're not going to complain. We'd rather not have those 2 picks, but early in the year, we were only trusting Dion to throw 8 balls a game for about 70 yards, most of them screens. So to see this at the end of the year, that's what we like to see after 2 bad losses.
Don Rubio, I'm going to take this to you. You had a chance there at the end on that forced fumble by your defensive end on Lime Tech's quarterback. Could not scoop the ball, however, and they're able to recover it and make a drive together. What was going on through your head during that forced fumble?
I mean, Obviously, it's a tough loss, but that play specifically, I mean, obviously that would have changed the game, but I mean, I can't complain on the defensive ends. They forced like 2 or 3 fumbles the game. We're getting pressure on a 4-man rush. I mean, sometimes those things just happen.
Right. And then offensively, you had some great throws. You had really great drives together. Even at the end there, you gave yourself a chance to win. What do you think about your quarterback's performance tonight?
I mean, we really couldn't get the run game going. He was really kind of sitting on that line in those double mugs, and that kind of forced us to throw the ball, and it left our wide receivers one-on-one. We really like those outside corner routes. They were open for most of the night. His linebackers and corners are just, they're a little bit better and they're a little bit faster, which on that last throw maybe could have let it a little bit more, but his linebacker just came back and the gap was gone within a second. So, I mean, we have to take those shots. Maybe not as aggressive at the end there, but that's how we play. We want to take those aggressive shots if they're going to give us those one-on-ones on the outside. So,
and Coach Ruby, I mean, with that loss there, of course, falling out of contention for the SAE 12 title. You're out of contention for that. You're out of contention now for the college football playoff. You did make bowl eligibility, but I mean, what are some of the main things you're hoping on focusing on to close out this spectacular season?
Yeah, I mean, defensive side, I think we played really good at the start of the year. All of our better opponents were on the back end, so that is kind of to be expected. But really, trying to stop the run and giving up those big plays is probably going to be what we're trying to do in the offseason. So beef up those linebackers, beef up the defensive line, and just stop getting beat over the top, maybe switching some coverages and looks there. Offensively, I think the playbook is developing in a good way. We can kind of do what we want to with the ball. It's just a question of whether we can get the right talent in to catch those balls.
Gotcha. Well, best of luck to you for the remainder of the season here, and we look forward to covering Don Rubio next year.
Thank you.
Coach Lime, in this game, not much to gain here, also falling out of title contention and college football playoff contention. What was your mindset and your goal heading into this late game here?
You always want to win a rivalry game. I will admit, if Gavigan had Romeo had beaten ZCU, I may have played the game a little bit differently, but that didn't happen, and I don't think Ruby's team had a real shot at the final, so I played the game the right way.
Gotcha. And I mean, looking into the end of this season, you have pretty much the same remainder of the season as Don Rubio, making bowl eligibility. What kind of message do you want to send, leaving this season, closing it out, and heading into the next?
Yeah, we want Eubanks to get as high on the Heisman list as possible. He's got Defensive Player of the Year locked up, but let's see if we can get in that Heisman somehow. And other than that, we're just going to keep developing our freshmen, and next year, when Deion Candidate jumps from 78 overall, that quarterback you just watched was a 78 to, something closer to a 90, I think we'll be a real dangerous team in the league.
Great to hear, Coach Lime. Thanks so much for joining us, Coach Lime, Coach Ruby, and the rest of the SAE 12 fans as well. I've been your host, Rayed Saeed. Joined with me is Lucas Busquet, and we will catch you in 2 weeks for the SAE 12 title. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great rest of the night.